I am not going to be speaking Spanish, and I know we are right before lunch, so stay awake for another 20 minutes, please. I have only about 400 slides, so let's get started. So, look, when we were asked to talk about this topic, television, for me, I find it actually very ironic coming from the digital world, where 10 years ago, when more and more money started to shift online, people started to say, oh my God, television is dead, right? And you fast forward to today, and I would argue that television, not only is it not dead, but actually it's probably the next big thing. Here's what I mean by that, and it's two things that will need to happen. One is television, and in general, needs to realize that the focus needs to remain on content. Premium content is what matters. And point number two is that it needs to keep up with technology. So let me do a little bit of a show and tell. I think we've all seen way too many stats. You guys have seen these stats, but basically what it means is that video is happening, right? Online video consumption is exploding. But what I would argue is that not all video is created equal. There is only so many dancing cats and cute babies that I can see in one day. After a while, I need some quality content, right? And I would argue that quality content is actually the most important part of the future for television and as it relates to the whole digital ecosystem. So for Yahoo, we actually recognized this trend early on, and we kind of broke it into three little buckets. The first one is around curated content. In partnerships in the United States with companies like ABC and CNBC, where they leverage our reach to extend their message and actually reinforces some of the statistics that we saw today, it's a great way to create this premium content on a new platform. The second one is actually around new, original created content that is created by Yahoo based on the insights of what we know consumers are reading and looking at. And that part is very important. So let me just show you a little bit of some of the videos that we've been up to.
Hoy te tenemos una súper exclusiva. Ella es Belinda.
Gente de Yahoo, soy Alejandro Sanz.
Shake that.
Aquí, en primera fila.
Esto es La Locura. You're watching Really Mexican Style.
Empieza tu semana con la buena noticia.
Aquí en In and Out. Chao.
Nos vemos en el siguiente clip aquí en OMG Hoy. Tu gurú de compras para los regalos más originales.
Yahoo!
Yahoo!
Feel free to yodel, please. So look, we have about 40 original content that is running right now. About 20 of them are in Latin America, Brazil, Mexico, USH. In the United States, we've been lucky enough to hold the top 10 spots of original videos. And really the point here is not to tout Yahoo, but is to talk about quality content. One of the things that I want to call out here is that these videos are actually created, again, on insights of our users, which we can take to our advertising partners. And probably one of the best examples is with Procter & Gamble and De La Moda. We have a show in the States as well called The Thread, which is now in, I think, its 5th season. It brings together those insights, it gives them to the advertisers, and if there's an affinity to their audience and or their product, it just creates success. The third bucket is around featured films. So if what I just showed you, I would call them snack size, right? So you're at lunch, at the end of the day, you just don't feel like working, so you watch a video for 3 to 5 minutes. The next big thing is around featured videos. So long form, 90 minutes, that are broken into chapters, because we know that people will not sit and watch 90 minutes on their PC or their tablet, but they do have an appetite for a full story. And we've invested in this over the past year. 2 examples. The first is with Tom Hanks in Electric City, which has now been rolled out. And the second one is actually Cybergeddon, which we are rolling out tomorrow globally, including in Latin America. It's a show that was produced with Anthony E. Zuiker, who's the creator of CSI, the most popular franchise on television. So I thought I'd show you a little bit of that show, and if you like it, you can start watching it more tomorrow.
We have you electronically dead to rights. Cyber treason, documented espionage.
Thomas, somebody is framing me.
I own your life and can take it away with the push of a button.
Don't make me do my job.
That was the preview.
So look, the point here is that 10, 15 years ago, great content really started and was distributed by the traditional media players, whereas today, great content can be born anywhere. And we've seen it with digital, we've seen it not just with Yahoo, but with all the major players. And so that's one of the parts that I think we need to continue to focus on, is that content is king. But if content is king, I would argue that distribution is the queen and technology is the castle, right? So you have to have all these pieces come together. So as it relates to technology, we've heard all, but more importantly, we've experienced it, right? We sit in front of our TV and like 30 seconds later, I'm like, tuk, 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 and I'm talking to somebody, I'm playing with something, and we need to make that experience more native. So there's two examples. Let me first walk you through one of the examples that, again, we've done, but it's not unique to us. Connected TV on select televisions that are across Latin America. We have an interactive experience. So you're watching a show, you're getting bored. You fire up the application. There's all sorts of things. These are not all Yahoo applications. You can watch Pandora, CNBC. Let's say you miss your friends, so you go to Flickr, you click on Flickr, and all of a sudden the Flickr application pops up. And so the show goes away, and what comes up is your pictures. And it's just the same experience that you have on your PC. You can then go away, you can share it, you can send it to groups, you can do whatever you want with it without leaving the television experience. And then you go back to your show. Now it's commercial time, which usually means I get up and go get a beer. But in this case, if it's a commercial about something that I like, there's that interactive button, and I can play with it. And so for this specific part, I'm leveraging the media of television, the creative that costs, in this case, multi-million dollars, to create an interactive experience. So I'm watching about the Sony product, I can play around with it, I can learn more about the features and benefits of the products, I can learn when I can go and buy it, and I can figure out if there's a promotional coupon. All this without leaving my television experience. So this is one way to show the interaction between users and the television, which is slowly starting to pick up. We've seen these stats as well, right? So 90%, 80% plus people are multitasking. So what are they doing? They're either communicating and or they're looking for related content, right? So the digital TV experience that I showed you is one way to do it. But in many cases, we're just, we're attached to our tablet, we're attached to our phone. But that should not stop from that experience on the television to be enhanced.
Oh, hey. You gotta check out these new features on Into Now. If you didn't know already, Into Now is an app from Yahoo that IDs the program you're watching just from the audio. It's kind of magic. Connecting with my friends over the shows I love is easy and fun. With Into Now, I can catch the most hilarious moments and add a brilliant commentary and share them on all my social networks. Simple as that. Why do they always end up fighting? I don't understand relationships. You ever hear a cool song on one of your shows and think, what is that song? Well, with the latest version of Into Now, I can find that song instantly, even if it's a cover or a live recording. Yeah, try it. Not to mention sports stats, play-by-plays, and the latest headlines. With Into Now, I get so much more when I'm watching TV. Into Now, it's all about what I'm into. Now.
The experience has to be really easy, and it has to be very engaging. The technology exists. It's actually existed for quite a long time. But if it's not easy and if it's not part of our lifestyle, people just don't use it. I want to flip really quickly, so just so you know, there's 2 more slides, so hang with me. On the advertiser side, right? On the Into Now experience, you want that message to be native, right? You want it to be part of that experience. I think the worst thing that we can do as marketers is take our assets from television and plop them on digital, because that's just not the way consumers do. So you want to make sure that you have an integrated experience. And here's how we partnered with Lexus on the experience we're into now.
You and I have unfinished business.
After a season of jaw-dropping moments, we've saved the biggest bombshells for last. Don't lie to me! Now, ABC and Lexus will take you to the heart of revenge. Download the Into Now app and watch the final 2 episodes of TV's greatest guilty pleasure live on ABC. And sign into the app to be entered to win a July 4th holiday in the Hamptons.
How did I not know this?
The last 2 episodes of Revenge start tonight at 10, 9 Central. Presented by the 2013 Lexus RX, featuring the new RX F Sport.
So very different, right? Because it's a message that's brought to you by Lexus, integrated with a show that you like, that encourages you to do what you're already doing, which is to share the content and to engage with it in a more active way. So look, this space is a very crowded space. It's a party, right? There's a lot of people that are coming into it, from startups to established companies, but they're all looking for the same thing, is to look at how we can bring television and the consumption of content to the next level by focusing on great content and focusing on great technology. And I actually think it's a really exciting time to be in this space. So thanks a lot, you guys.